Today, for my presentation, I'm going to have my boyfriend Nick as my audience. Most people tend to not understand some of the things that go on in the human psyche. They think, how can your mind make you genuinely believe that you're fat when you look like a stick? You may think that is a harsh thing to say, but I have heard that statement come out of someone's mouth. I have also heard some parents say something along the lines of, how can she be so depressed at such a young age? We did not abuse her. Nothing traumatic happened in her early years that we know of. She was a happy child until one day she wasn't anymore. Well, science can tell you why sometimes even someone who had the best life can one day develop a mental disorder. Some people may explain that depression is a chemical imbalance in someone's brain. However, that is correct. It does not describe the entire truth. Research has shown that the functioning of nerve circuits and nerve cell connections and nerve cell growth have a major impact on the brain with depression. Since everyone is different, these things going on in your mind could be going in a completely different process than your friend from high school. So some antidepressants may work amazingly well for them while you are hopping from medication to medication. There have been a few people who think that what bipolar disorder is someone who needs to get their moods in order. UCLA has studied and researched bipolar disorder, and what they have found was that bipolar stems from adolescent neurodevelopment. This means that bipolar disorder was developed in the early stages of life. So scientifically speaking, there is not one specific thing that causes bipolar disorder. It comes from genetic factors and neurotransmitters, brain chemicals. Now, I am sure that at one point or another, someone without mental disorders has asked, how can someone get so anxious over nothing? I can inform you that science explains why that is. When a person has a lot of anxiety over something, it is because their brain releases a chemical called norepinephrine. This chemical is something that is released in the brain to alert panic to the body. This panic also takes someone with anxiety a while to get over, whereas someone without anxiety gets over this panic substantially quicker. If you go back and look at all of these scientifically proven mental disorders, they are technically all in someone's head. However, they are not making it up. These mental disorders are just as real as any physical illness, such as pneumonia, a cut on your hand, or even something that could lead to death. The world has lost a lot of gentle souls to mental disorders, whether it's from suicide or eating disorders that take them away from their families. Statistically speaking, 450 million people in the world currently suffer from some sort of mental disorder. Now, 1 in 4 people will deal with some type of mental disorder in their life. And there is this "it is not real" stigma around mental disorders. I can assure you, mental disorders are real and have been real for many years. However, the world has just recently brought mental disorders in the light of being a big problem.